This is a 225 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff attorney Mr. Hobbs, capital Hobbs. Defense attorney Ms. MS period Jones, capital Jones. And we'll start with the plaintiff attorney. Ready? Have you had a chance to read that? Yes. Okay. Do you recall signing the statement? Yes. And is that your signature on the back? Yes. Okay. When I say the back, I mean the second page. Yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark for the record the notice of today's deposition as Exhibit 17. We're going in order to from some prior depositions. And I'm going to label as Exhibit 18 the statement that you have read now and confirm this is your signature on the back. Yes. And when this was taken, and it indicates that it was taken or you signed it on January 20 back in 2012, right? I want you to feel free if you need to refresh your memory. If this does refresh your memory, feel free to refer to it, okay? Sure. And one thing I want to ask about, do you see where it says on Sunday, September 18th at about 1 p.m.? Is that a yes? Yes, I'm sorry. And does that refresh your memory as far as the time of the accident? Yes, I mean, like I said before, I thought it was a little bit earlier. Okay, and all I'm saying is because this statement was taken earlier in time, was your memory better, do you think, back when this statement was taken than it is today? Probably yes. Okay, again, feel free to use it as you feel it appropriate on the day of the accident. And when I say the day of the accident, I'm going to be referring to September 18, 2011. You were heading on Main, you mentioned, and you encountered some motorcycles, and that was within minutes of your getting onto Main, correct? Yes. And the motorcycles, do you recall how many there were that you perceived? Quite a bit. I mean, they just kept coming. Okay, it was hard to tell, but I would say there could have been 40, 50 of them by the time the accident occurred. Okay, and with regard to the motorcycles, did they pass you? Yes. Okay, you had two dogs. I had my two dogs with me. Okay, and Maine has got one lane east, one lane west. Yes, and you'd been traveling, the statement says, at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. Is that accurate? Yes. When the motorcycles passed you? Yes. Were they were clearly going faster than you were? Yes. And do you have any estimate of their speed, or was it just fast enough to get around you? I don't really know that I could estimate their speed. Obviously, it had to be more than 40 miles an hour, and it was pretty fast. Okay, they got around you, they did. And that series of motorcycles, once they got around you, did they continue on ahead of you? Yes. All right. And when you first got onto Main, did you notice any other cars that were in front of you when I first got on? Yes, ma'am. Not right away, no. Okay. At any time before this group of motorcycles all got past you, did you ever notice that there was another vehicle in front of you when they first started passing me? Well, because this happened for quite a few miles, it wasn't just a group of motorcycles that passed and that was it. Okay, it took several miles, it just kept coming. Okay. And then was there a time that the motorcycles finally passed you? Not entirely, all of them. Was there a time when you saw another vehicle in addition to these motorcycles? When I say another vehicle that was in front of you? Yes. Okay, let's try and get an idea as to where you first saw that other vehicle. How long had you been on Main when you saw that other vehicle? Not that long, about 5-6 minutes. Okay, and what kind of vehicle was that? Oh boy, I believe it was another SUV. Was that the vehicle that was ultimately involved in the accident? Yes. Okay, and do you recall what color that vehicle was? Dark. Okay, and by the way, ma'am, one other thing I may not have mentioned, if there's anything I ask of you today that you don't recall or you don't know, that's fine. You let me know that, all right? As you are headed westbound on Main, when these motorcycles were passing you, did they pass that other vehicle? Yes. All right. And then did you continue at about 35 or 40 miles an hour? Yes. And was that other vehicle going about the same speed? Yeah. When I say the other vehicle, I mean the vehicle that was involved in the accident. Yes. There were some other vehicles that were behind your vehicle, correct? The motorcycles, I mean, correct. And you have here in your statement here, they were traveling about your speed. a safe distance behind and they weren't tailgating. Is that right? Yes. Okay, you have in here that these cyclists did not appear to be riding recklessly. Is that, are you speaking of the person that got in the accident, or are you talking about all the rest of them? Let's make sure that we are clear. As you were headed westbound on Main, yes, I'm still back. All right. Okay, so of those motorcycle riders, were any of those motorcycle riders driving in any way that you felt was reckless? Absolutely. What were they doing? They were just, first of all, they were passing me on both sides of the car at the same time. Okay, they were going out all over the double line. Okay, and they were passing sometimes in twos. Okay, and threes. So you kind of maybe didn't feel real comfortable when they were doing that. Is that right? Oh gosh, no. Okay, so then that group of motorcyclists passed. Is that right? Yes, but they, like I said, they kept coming and there were more, okay, doing the same thing. All right, and just now you said there was a difference between the guy who was involved in the accident as opposed to those. Do you recall that? Yes. All right, now with regard to the guy that was in this accident, right, you know, you can kind of close your eyes and picture that rider, can you not? Yes. The word list, we have one word on the word list, Main, capital M-A-I-N. And that's it for the word list, and that will conclude our 225 Q&A practice test.